It was quite an interesting one.
Yeah,
That I mean,
because we didn't capture it. It was our friend Jamie Bedard. He's a
Right.
complete skeptic, was a history hunter for the West Midlands, the Black Country history hunter. And we invited him. Yeah, he wanted to do a Halloween video. So we invited him on his first ever investigation. And he doesn't know anything about the paranormal. It wasn't until he actually put the video out that we spotted it. Yeah. Because
Right.
it was like after about 4 o'clock in the morning. He left two leads in the camera leads that stopped working during the investigation in the in one of the big halls. And he went back on his own, filming everything, obviously. So I told him to keep his camera on just in case. And as he came back down the main hallway, through the doorway, and got halfway down, the door opens by itself and shuts. And he just, as he turns, he captures this shadow going across the window of the door as it shuts.
I mean, we went
It's
back
just
and
like we tried to debunk it.
I went back and I spent a good 45 minutes dancing around like a complete idiot, just trying to recreate it.
Yeah, you couldn't get
anything that looked anywhere near what it was.
No, and the door wouldn't shut in the same time either.
I was going to say because
there was no. It's impossible.
Because there's no obvious because there was no windows open and there's no outside doors.
Yeah, that was locked off.
Because you have to go up the stairs into there.
Yeah.
So there was for me there was no way you could have got any sort of draft that had opened them.
Yeah, because no one passes him in the hallway going in. So I would then exit the hallway. Let it be quite loud so they wouldn't hear me. Now, how could they exit that hallway through the door when there's nobody going past him to go that way?
You know, those unintentional captures are always the best ones, aren't they?
Oh,
the ones that shock you. When you watch the video back and you think, just a minute, there's something there. Absolutely love it.
I think, to be honest, I mean, it was. I mean, out of the 2.5 years we've been doing it, it's probably the only.
Yeah, we've got something close.
Yeah.
It's got something very similar because, like, in this flash second, it goes across the wall and into a wardrobe. But you can't
100%.
You can't 100% make out that it's a human shape.
Yeah.
Well,
anything shadow-like, but
it's very interesting.
Explain it. Yeah, we can't explain it.
But yeah, it's intriguing when it does happen.
Yeah.
Have you still got the original footage?
Yeah, I'll send it.
I will send you all the video if you like.
Yeah.
Is that on your channel on YouTube?
Yeah, we've got it's on YouTube, but we've got the original footage as well.
All right, it'd be cool to see that.
You can see the whole
I can send that to you, no problem.
Yeah,
very good.
Just really strange.
It's really weird as well. I mean, like one of the strangest things at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's got a top hat on.
It's got a hat.
It's actually got like a proper top.
If you line it up enough, you'll see a male with a hat on.
And it seems to walk.
And it walks exiting.
It's like literally the wall here, where it heads towards.
Yeah.
Is an outside wall.
Yeah.
So
there was no.
So where it actually.
Yeah.
Goes is anybody's guess.
Yeah.
But I'll send it over to you.
Yeah,
cool. It'd be good to see that. I know you've got your. Well, it looks like you've got your fingers in a lot of pies because when I go on Facebook, there's always Andy and Tracey, especially advertising loads of different paranormal things. I know your most recent is the Lanterns of the Lost.
Yes,
that's it, that's our new project. We decided to take a little bit of a different step. I mean, you've got lots of people doing the same thing, doing their events, just going to locations and enjoying the experience, showing what they've got, or and then they leave that investigation and they don't follow it. We don't see a lot of evidence. We don't see what they actually captured, the story of what they did. But we're doing a little bit more than that. We're actually going into the location with help from the owners of that location and helping them follow up history with captures and what we find and following that story on, maybe even onto other locations. So it's not just a once-off, it's a follow-on. Like
do you know what? It's always great to see a follow-up, isn't it? You don't just walk away from something like that, do you?
This is what
and also what most teams don't do, which we actually love to see when they do it, is actually the results and a personal conclusion.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like we were saying. I mean, like, because flash and then walk away. That was a great investigation. That was, and then on to the next. But kind of moving on to that. Obviously,
working on a little bit more.
Yeah, EVPs that we've got that we've picked up on, we seem to be quite blessed with. But tying the last couple that we've done through EVPs and other investigate methods, we ended up uncovering names that I sent back to the owner, and the owner couldn't find. It was like, this is something that wasn't readily available through history. His mate was happened to be one of the historians for Nottingham, and he's mentioned this name, and it turns out that the name relates to, I think it was a tannery.
Yes, right.
A tannery that was literally used to be part of the pub.
Yeah, it was next door, connected to the building,
right.
and it's no longer there anymore.
And he was round when we got the when we got this name.
Natural surname.
We got a surname, plus we got this. You got like a negativity around it, and it was only when we mentioned all that, and it turns out that this guy was, not only did he own this, but he was a nasty piece of work. He was a very, very negative person.
Right.
But then looking at that, we thought, well, nobody, like you said, nobody does that follow up. Nobody does the conclusion to it. Nobody goes back to it to see how far that history goes.
Yeah.
And how much more you can tie to that.
Yeah.
To that property and the grounds.
Yeah, just like keep going with it.
It's just nice to see a connection, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey, we do have a connection. We actually can make one. Now it's getting exciting, you know.
That's it. I was going to say, it's to us. It's like I said. I mean, like nobody does the history behind it.
Mm-hmm. Some do.
So you don't see.
Some do.
I was going to say you don't see, like, you've got the history buffs. They'll go to a location or an area and they'll give you the whole history of the location. And then you've got the paranormal. Yeah,
but what else is there? What else is underlying that people don't know about?
Yeah.
Are you including?
That's what we're looking for.
Oh, sorry.
First-hand accounts, witnesses. Are you doing interviews and things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, we're doing.
It's
we're
nice
also
to talk to them, find out their experiences.
We're looking at getting historians in.
Yeah.
We've already got we've already got Richard Felix in
Derby one.
for doing the Derby. We've got what's his name? Simon Entwistle.
Simon Entwistle.
We've got in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
We've managed to convince him to do for the York and stuff.
Yeah, there's a few other locations.
Just suppose it's just nice to.
It's not just the famous people; it's the people that live there.
Yeah, it's like the same as, like, where you have the folklore stories and the legends.
Yeah.
Adding that into it as well.
Yeah.
So you're combining that history of where you're investigating, the legends behind it, the folklore behind it, but then going in and doing the investigation, and then seeing whether any evidence that you come back with, how that ties in.
Yeah.
Can that be proven?
Yeah. I'd like to get to the level where at the end you'd find out where they were laid to rest. Actually find their grave and say, this was their story. That would be the ultimate for me. To get that far, to tell that story and say, this is now, this was this person, they existed, this was their story, would be absolutely great. Something to cover. But it's a long process, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, parish records are acceptable to like everyone. If you can get a location, if you can get a name and a location, you can find out exactly when they died. It's
there'll
be a physical book with ink in it, with their name in it, and wow,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that ultimate
Wonderful.
confidence to say, you know, we found this.
It is.
And that we shared the story, and it's something new.
What's your first one? You said it's in York. Are you allowed to give us a teaser?
I can't.
So it's right next door to Micklegate. You know, the Micklegate, the actual south entrance.
It's in the vicinity of the
to York.
Micklegate.
Right.
You know where they put the heads on the spikes to warn people.
I do actually know a story to do that, but I won't say
Yeah,
anything.
Micklegate, it's literally yards away from there. It's
Right.
on the grounds, put it that way.
Yeah.
So I was so excited to get in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
the energy there, like it's on the same street as another haunted location that's very well known, but this one has not been investigated before.
Yeah, we've been given special permission to.
And we could get into the cellar as well, which is even better.
Oh, wow.
The attics are always the weirdest places, aren't they?
I love cellars.
Yeah.
I love cellars.
What do you say, Tom?
Cellars and attics, they're always the
Cellars and
weirdest of
attics.
places.
Yeah. I suppose I've always had the theory that I suppose the cellar is because it's the closest to the ground.
It is, yeah. Yeah, but the energy.
It's the closest energy to the grounds of the. So a lot of the times you're not just getting the energy or of spirit from the cellar that's there, but you may well be getting energy from what the grounds used to be.
Yeah, it's a lower street level, isn't it? It used to be in York.
Yeah.
So there's so many layers. There's such a long history there.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see what we actually get and find. Yeah. So it'll be a long process, but just to start it, see what actually happens.
Well, that's it.
I'm excited for it.
It's obviously it's not going to be one of these where we literally go out, do the investigation, go through the evidence, and then put it on YouTube. This is going to be. It could be like 2 or 3 months just to put one
teaser clips.
Yeah, just to put one together. Obviously, even if it means going back and talking to different people.
Yeah, what we find. Yeah.
You know, like let's say our first location. If we find names that could tie into part of a history, but can't get the full history,
you have to go back, research.
Yeah.
Find the findings, put that into the video, we'll do the next one, yeah. So a bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can take years. We was on a case, we still do it over 7 years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We get where you're coming from.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And we've got all sorts of stuff from there.
Yeah.
It's all it's compelling. It keeps us going back, you know.
That's it. It is nice. I suppose, like you say, like it's good when you can keep going back to a location and uncovering little bits.
Oh,
yeah.
And just peeling back that other layer every time you go back.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe saying to each other, why haven't we seen this? Why haven't we heard this thing before? This is wonderful. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Tonight it's you know yourself. You find a location. Sometimes it's the gift that just keeps giving. You know, you go there, you've never seen it all.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, going back to the state, like the Tantine Hotel, where we had that.
That's Talbot.
Sorry, the Talbot. Sorry. I mean, through different methods, we kind of started to uncover not only some truth in the history, but also new bits of information that wasn't there before, that nobody knew about.
He kind of got a little bit angry, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, to the ones I'm always dead skeptical when it's when the stuff that's recorded. I'm obviously, even though true paranormal, I'm still always a little bit skeptical as to evidence and stuff like that. But we had this one where
I was on the estate. I started the estate and I got my headphones on, and Andy asked a specific question. I'm on the lock-off camera in the room right next to the doorway where we were. We had like big thumping footsteps. We went stomp, 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 and then sort of big smash, like someone had
thrown the glass or something.
Glass or smashed the door. And it's all on the camera, the sound's there, but you can't see anything else moving. There's
It's frustrating
nobody in there.
It's
really weird.
In the main hall, they'd had a party the night before.
Yes, it wasn't cleaned up.
And they hadn't cleaned anything up.
Oh, right.
So there were still glasses out and all the rest of it. But obviously, because we didn't notice at the beginning of the investigation the end of the hall,
there was a smashed glass.
It was only through once we heard these stomping and the smashed glass that we looked to this one end of the hall and found glass on the floor.
Yeah,
but
couldn't prove it without camera footage.
You know, could have been there before. That could have been
there before.
That could have been smashed on the night before.
But we've got the sound anyway. We just send to that as well. And before that happens, before the actual investigation, I got breathed at. I was on a live Facebook camera walk around just on my own. I entered that doorway to the main hall, didn't I? And I just turned and it was like right in my ear, and that was it. I was like, what? And I got that on camera as well. Just it catches you so unexpectedly.
Yeah,
it was so strange. That was my first ever experience of like a full DVP, and that changed my mind completely. It was like, now I've actually experienced it. I want to know more.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, there are so many facets of the paranormal out there.
Yeah.
It's you know, do you like rock music? Do you like jazz music? Do you like progressive? Do you like this? There's so many, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay not liking it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think for us, it's just I've got that deep into the paranormal itself, and obviously having a fascination with spirit. I mean, there's no way in the world that I'd ever call myself psychic medium, but I don't know. I suppose it's hard to explain, but I have the ability to talk to spirit, to communicate with spirit, if that makes sense.
Everyone does in their own way.
But obviously, I couldn't do all the spirit what a psychic medium does.
Right.
But
so you're kind of sensitive to that sort of energy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's like on a location or something like that. I mean, obviously, I can't walk around like this, and this. But certain things will jump out, or you'll get that certain feel of an energy for a certain area.
Yeah, do you feel things? Everyone does in the paranormal in one way or another.
That's what I mean. But yeah, it's
I've had some very, very strange experiences where I've sensed something, or something's gone off, and I'm like, you need to go that way. Something's telling me to go through that doorway. You need to go in that room. Or I've heard something specific. It's really weird how I hear things. And there was one particular one in Leeds Central Library, in that room, but no one had ever been in this room. They just threw us into a room so I could stay there, because it was all locked off from the public and then the event. And there's just this weird male, and he's really angry, and he mentioned Andy's name, and I was trying to tell him, and he was like, no, I'm like, just stop and listen. And he didn't actually hear it at the time until I showed him the footage afterwards, and he could hear it loud and clear.
Yeah.
And that to me was enough, I think,
to know
that I actually did hear it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the whole reason of going into, like I say, like the lanterns in the project. You know, I mean, like go on, sorry.
What's your? Are you Conjure Quest Paranormal? Am I thinking of somebody else?
Yeah,
is that you as well?
Yeah, Conjure Quest Paranormal is our main.
Conjure Quest Paranormal is our main.
Right.
But what it's going to say, it's almost like having like split personality. But obviously, we'll still be going out and doing normal investigations.
Yeah, as
Conjure Quest Paranormal.
But we're keeping a certain project
separate,
because the Conjure Quest is more all the popular locations, and doing investigations and joining other teams and having fun with it.
was going to say, because we do, we love obviously to connect with others and work with others and
do things, but the Lanterns of the Lost is more unknown locations that have never been done.
Yeah, these are. This
is like something we'd like to focus on our own, like away from everybody else, that we can do work on a certain project and put all our heart and soul into it. And
we've worked
on it hard.
Not that you'd want to go into the, but finding locations in an area, and talking to different locations, and going right. Different. Have you have you had paranormal experiences, like blah 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 blah, and then going, would we be able to come in and see what's there?
Yeah, help you with particular things.
Yeah, I mean,
help them understand what's going on.
That's it. Yeah, I was going to say, because
always give them the feedback, and see what else could come of it, and follow it on from there. It's just like what would you say?
Yeah, it's giving closure. I suppose it's not giving closure, but almost saying, if you like, because we I almost said it then. The place we're doing in York.
Yeah.
I only phoned up because originally we was going to York for Tracey's birthday.
Yeah, I've been trying for 4 years.
Yeah, we've only been trying to get there for 4 years. So it's like, okay, well, we'll go to York.
I want to go to York.
So I rang the lady up.
It's actually where we're staying.
Yeah, and there was something that kind of gave me concern and worry for me to ring this lady up and go, look, what's actually happening, and then got into the conversation about us being paranormal investigators and doing this new project, and for her to have the conversation of going, oh, we've had so and so, and we've witnessed so and so. Would you guys be interested in coming in and seeing what's there?
Yeah.
And almost,
it's always worth starting that conversation, isn't it? Because they want,
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I'm quite bad in the sense that anywhere I go, I'll have that conversation. And I mean, 99% of the time, you get that funny look, or you go, or they're like, oh no, you can't do that, or you can't do this. But it's when you get that 1 or 2% that are intrigued, because they know the stuff going on in that property.
Yeah.
But
what did she say about a champagne bottle or something?
Oh yeah. So she had. These are like eyewitness accounts from people that have stopped at location. So they had one. There was one that went. They'd put their stuff in their room, and they'd obviously gone down for a few drinks. And on coming back to the bedroom, they'd got champagne on ice. Now, obviously, it's on ice. The room's not going to warm up enough to create any sort of friction or anything. But within like 5 or 6 minutes of them getting back to the room, the champagne bottle smashed in front of them.
Oh, right. That's weird.
Almost like she said that apparently they the way they put it, it was almost as if somebody had dropped a sharp object into the and actually shattered inwards.
Yeah.
They've had doors knocking. They've had people knocking the doors from the outside.
There's nobody there.
Even though there's nobody there, because there's quite a few occasions where they've checked CCTV and how much of this is actually true until we get there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the amount of times we've heard about locations where they've like witnesses have seen shadows at the end of the bed, and we've gone like, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that unless I actually see it myself.
Well, no, and I don't think you can always take someone else's story and think, oh well, yeah, do you know what? I can take that or leave it, because you know what? Why? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Where you were asleep, where you were awake. Oh, I definitely wasn't dreaming.
That's what I mean.
Had you taken anything? You know, with your own medication? There's loads of different factors that can come into play, aren't they? But you are right. Exactly. Unless you see it and experience it yourself, you will never know.
No. Which, I mean, we've always said, like, I mean, obviously, a lot of these places, they're hotels or pubs or whatever, with free reign of alcohol.
Yeah.
So you've always got to take that little factor into.
Yeah, as anyone can say, well, that door shut on its own, or it slammed and we can't explain, nobody came through it. It could be a number of things, but
it's just going in there and seeing what we get. And seeing whether anything
there is truth behind it.
Yes, any truth behind it, or see if there's anything that ties that history into what's there.
I know Tony's booked the most haunted room in the castle to stay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Hey.
It was several people that told us that, several members of staff. You know, we did ask, when we initially went in, we did, because it was Izzy, wasn't it, Mark, who was seen to us first.
Yeah.
And I think she volunteered once she found out what we actually did, and you know, everybody's always really interested in the castle. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
There's a really haunted room here, and I think the last time I went, is it room 23? And Beth went, oh yeah, how did you know? I said, yeah, I've put a deposit on it. I'm staying in it on the night. All right, okay.
Oh, fantastic.
But do you know what some of the stories are? Some of the lasses they had as cleaners there.
Yeah.
Some of them hadn't seen the day out. In fact, Izzy said one came straight down from cleaning room 23, brought the cleaning stuff down and said, I'm going home, I'm done. And that was it. And that was it.
Wow.
Gotta get in there.
That's it then. We're all piling into your room after we're done then.
Yeah.
And it's got a massive jacuzzi as well.
Yeah. Oh, nice, even better.
It's a real nice place.
I ain't got a clue what room we booked.
I don't know.
We've booked the hotel, like, but I don't know.
Brilliant. Right. Brilliant.
We'll be able to have a proper chat and a beer afterwards.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to having a laugh and clapping shoulders with all you guys while we're having a beer, and it's just going to be wonderful. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
That's what I mean. It's nice. I mean, like,
we've got a backup projector. We have a 10-foot media screen. We have a 1K PA system, and it's a really nice one as well.
Oh, brilliant!
You'll be, you know, we're all in control of the lights at the front of the house, because we're using our lighting as well. We're using our lighting rigs.
Oh, wicked.
You've got floor lighting to illuminate the speakers. And whenever a media presentation goes on, the media presentation is going to go on. All the lighting's going to come down, so people can see it really.
One thing I like about the way you guys have done it is you've not done the stalls and everything at the same time.
Yeah, we purposely did that. Yeah.
Because that's one thing I noticed.
That's what happened at
the one we went to.
The whole room was crowded.
Obviously, people were networking. Round each other's stall. Time that people were on stage trying to.
Yeah.
And then if anybody wants a drink. And we both remember saying this, didn't we? I said, look, if anybody wants a drink, it's a hotel or a bars all over the place that can go straight into the main lounge, which I suspect most people, which is just through a set of doors, basically. There's a bar.
Definitely.
Go out and get a drink.
Yeah, we wanted to concentrate on you guys, the speakers. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate
That's what I say. We really appreciate it, to be honest. So it's absolutely amazing.
Really well organised.
Absolutely. So I'm like really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that is absolutely awesome. Yeah, that is absolutely awesome that you're so looking forward to it.
But it was nice to chat to you and actually finally meet you after all these years.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.